this is Aisha and welcome to our 18th Kotlin tutorial, and in this tutorial I'll be talking about the solution to that problem that we have encountered while accessing the property of the string data type when we have assigned null to this data type. Now you cannot assign null to any data type unless this data type is a nullable reference. So to make any data type a nullable reference, you have to put a question mark after the data type, and now you can save or you can store null references to the data type. But if you assign this null reference to the data type, you cannot access the properties of the data type. Now here length is a property which returns the length of the string, but we cannot do so because null reference is assigned to this string. So there is a solution to this problem. The first one is by using the if expression, then we have safe call, and then in Kotlin we have not null assertion operator. So now let's create an if expression for this. So if a is not equal to null, then what you have to do is you have to find the length, and then the length will be stored in variable s. And if a equals null, then we will have an else part, and you have to store -1 in this else part. So now you can see that there is no error. This is because we have used an if expression, and this if expression checks a condition that if a is not equals to null, then you have to return the length, and if a equals null, then you have to return -1, and this -1 will be stored in s. And if a is not null, then the length of the string will be stored in a variable s. Now debug, and I have to use print line statement so you can see the value of s. Debug, and you can see here -1 is printed. So now what we did, we have used the if expression, and we have checked if a is not null, then you have to return the length of the string, and you have to save this length of the string, this integer value, into the variable s. And if it is null, then please save -1 to variable s. Then in Kotlin we have another way or other method to solve the problem of accessing the properties of the nullable data types, and that is by using the safe call. So safe call is using the question mark and then the dot separator. So here I will type a question mark dot, and now I can access the length property of the string data type. So here the string contains nothing, there is no character in our string variable a, so the length is null, so the length of the string is 0. So when we run this program, we debug this program, we will have null on the output stream. You can see here. So this is how you can use the safe call to avoid that problem. Now in Kotlin we have another way, that is by using the not null assertion operator. So what is this not null assertion operator? This is simply a question mark and a colon. So this is used in place of if expression. So you can write a and then question mark and then dot, and then I'm going to access length property, and then the not null assertion operator, which is question mark and colon and then a value, for example -1. So here if the length of if the string is not null, if a doesn't contain a null value, then the length of the string will be returned to s, and if a contains a null value, then -1 will be returned to s. So you can run and see on the output screen, and -1 will be printed out. So you can see here -1 is printed out. So these methods are used to avoid problems that can be encountered while using these nullable references. So here if I have Aisha, and now this string contains a value, so this part will be executed and the length of the string will be returned in variable s. Run, and you can see here 6 is printed. So this is because we have executed this condition because the value is not null. So that's it for this tutorial. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.